Hello, hello. Perfidious Pete here, back for more mayhem, murder, and panty-drenching interrogations in XCOM, The Long War. And for today, at least, dampened panties are sort of the order of business. Because after months upon months of trying, the team and I finally managed to bring an ethereal home alive for old Dr. Valen. And I really wish you could have seen the look on her face when the team wheeled that tall, skinny, Benedict Cumberbatch-looking bastard off the ship. It was... I don't know how to describe it. It was sort of a hideous admixture of a child's joy on Christmas morning, coupled with the slack, contented apathy of a junkie tugging the belt loose from their upper arm to let that sweet, sweet black tar heroin spread out and do its work. It was both priceless and horrible, and for better or worse, it's an image that will remain seared in my brain forever, and something I kind of wish I could have shared with someone else, if only to have someone to talk about it with. Even kind of thinking about it is making me a little uncomfortable. It's giving me this weird sort of cognitive dissonance, kind of uncanny valley thing, where I don't know if I should feel ashamed for enabling Dr. Valen or be happy to have given another person such unmitigated pleasure. It's really kind of weird. So, you know what? I'm just gonna head up to Mission Control here, start scanning, and simply try not to think about alien containment at all, or what's going on in alien containment for the next 5 days. It doesn't exist as far as I'm concerned. And I'm also not gonna be going into the research lab for at least a month, because it's going to be slippery with lady juices and I don't want to fall and hurt myself. I'm not a particularly coordinated individual, and the sheer amount of lady fluids that are going to be slinging around the research labs, I want to make sure they've got that stuff well cleaned before I go in there and then have to file a workers' compensation grant. 2 scientists and a sergeant recruit for 3 ethereal corpses? Hell yeah, I'll take that deal. That's actually really good. And then it's back to scanning and trying to bleach away the memories of the things that I've done in service of humanity. Alright, come on, Mary Stewart. There we go. Oh, that was Matahari. Even better. Matahari. Getting it done. That's one less log in the jam. Nicely done, Matahari. Alright, so... the Marie, the Baker Antoinette, has got to be our next priority, right? She has the most psychic EXP. Alright, so you're going into Tube, Marie, and you're... okay. So apparently Marie, the Baker Antoinette, will not be going in the tube for at least the next 5 days, because I'm assuming we have to have interrogated this ethereal? Maybe? Alright. Also, XCOM, by the way, thanks for spitting in my mouth. I immediately selected someone to put in the tube, and you're like, fuck it, not gonna happen. Love it when XCOM does that. Absolutely love it. So who would be the next highest priority then? I'm thinking probably the king. Tisiphone, 850, but she's waiting for the other half. Yeah, it is actually, in fact, Elvis. Alright, so let's get the king in there. What do we want to give him? Psychokinetic strike, pyrokinesis. Telekinetic field is interesting. 40 defense to allies within the field, has a 4-turn cooldown. 12 hours of X. So basically, it's like a smoke grenade, except I'm going to guess probably not as big. You could probably couple it with a smoke grenade, which would be huge defense to the people inside. But Elvis already has smoke grenades. It seems like trying to get a little more offensive punch out of my medics might be better. Also, Elvis was not one to hide his light under a bushel of a telekinetic field or any other variety of field. He was out there striking terror into the hearts of the establishment with his shaking hips and rockabilly stylings, and I think that's something we should let him continue in his new incarnation as well as his old. So you know what? Get in a tube, Elvis. Let's get you Psychokinetic Strike. We can have you out rocking faces again, just like it's 1956 all over again. Back to Mission Control then. Back to scanning. We can't do anything about the Overseer. We have no firestorms over Asia, so this guy gets to, go do whatever it is you're doing. Enjoy. Have fun. 42 weapon fragments for an engineer. Sure, I guess. We don't have a shortage of weapon fragments at the moment. A lot of troopers coming back on duty. More psychic training completed. Fantastic. Joseph Lister also a success. Hell yeah, we're starting to get the turkey worked through, baby. This alimentary canal of ours will no longer be clogged with old, rotting, dead meat. We're actually managing to successfully move our bowels. Can't get Marie Antoinette in the tube, though, which is a little disappointing. I think Marie Curie or Tomoe Gozen has to be our next priority. I am going to prioritize Tomoe Gozen because Marie Curie is closer to becoming a Master Sergeant. And that seems counterintuitive having said that, but if we get a chance to go on a mission, I would rather have it be Marie Curie than Tomoe Gozen. That's fine. So back to scanning then. 2 days till our interrogation comes complete, and we have a small fighter over the U.S. All right then, Pointer. I mean, I trusted you last time we had a small UFO over the United States. You got the job done without exploding it, and if you could perform a similar service for us here, you know, I could get you probably on the talk show in the hearts and minds of a grateful nation. So let's see if you can do this, Pointer. If you could just point this guy gently into the side of a mountain, or maybe a large hill, or say a bridge abutment, something that's going to significantly damage his craft, we'd all appreciate it. It is a fighter, though. So far, jeez, Pointer. Again, the operative phrase there was gently, Pointer. Gently. I need that Illyrium. I can't have you blowing up all my intercepts. And it's not like, okay, well, that's... Can we assign any new research? All technology research credit is earned. Well, fantastic. I'm glad that we've got another one for stuff we already can't research. I don't care about complex. I don't really care about any of this. Stealth systems, perhaps someday. And if I have 100 Illyrium, I should be building.
I appreciate your efforts to support the research
that's
team,
fine.
Commander.
Dr. Valen, I said I didn't want to be down here for a month, and here it is 5 days later, and you've already lured me into your lady juice-covered lair. So I'm gonna go now. Yeah, I know you got engineers. That's fine, Dr. Shen. If I have 111 Illyrium, there's probably some stuff I should be building. Specifically, it's got to be we need a firestorm. I need another one. All right, we'll be back for you in a second then, Dr. Shen. We got to do a little bit of shuffle action. If I'm going to get another firestorm, I got to find a pilot who's going to fly it. Could be Buck Rogers. It could be Poacher York. That guy has a ton of kills. Actually, you know what? It's got to be a Cowboy. So we're going to bring Upham to here. We have to. And then in North America... Wait, why did I bring Cowboy? I didn't want you in North America. Can I cancel that? No. Shit. I need... God damn it, Upham. I needed you in Africa. Not... Fine. Okay, that's good. Fine. Send Tripper Gonzalez back down to South America to fill in the void, and... Who's our next number 2 pilot? South America, Tripper, Puke, Pyro. All these guys kind of suck. Actually, how many kills does Pyro have? 3. Never mind. I thought you were better. Poacher, how many you got? Oh, 11. All right, well, Poacher York, you're going to be... So let's send you to the right spot this time. Come to Africa. Africa. And how many leathers Potter got? He has 5. So we'll take Poacher... We will give to you leather. I will take from you your Poacher and give to you some leather. So let's put Leathers Potter back in Europe. And then we're going to start a new firestorm, and yeah, old Poacher York is going to be the man for the job. So let's get that started. Over to engineering. Dr. Shen, over to you. A little bit of firestorm action for us. Let's get it going. Manufacture that bad boy. It is done. And that takes us down to 21 Illyrium, which is not enough to do anything else with. The next order of business, I think, for our Illyrium is probably going to be a plasma cannon that we can fit to the front of that interceptor, but we've got some work to do before that's going to be an issue. Sure, more engineers, why not? I don't need floater corpses. All right, Sporty Spice. I mean, this is your first failure, and you get one, Sporty. You get one bygone. Exactly one attempt, you get one. And you know what? No, in fact, Jane Sporty Spice Austin, you don't even get one. I'm sorry, but it's Marie the Baker Antoinette who's gonna go learn to be mind control. Yeah. Sorry, I hate to do it to you. I hate like the Dickens to do it to you, Sporty Spice, but you had your chance, Sporty Spice. It was twice as nice, and you just let it all fall apart. There was an opportunity there for 2 to become 1, and maybe some zig-a-zig eyeing, and you just weren't having it. You let the band fall apart. You guys couldn't keep it together. I don't blame Emma Bunton. She's the one blameless and also the most attractive of the Spice Girls. She really was cute as a button. Emma Bunton, cute as a button. Yeah. Anyway, she's the only one that was blameless. Baby Spice, blameless as an infant. Another fighter high over Brazil, which is fantastic because I tried to just... Why is Dead Stick still there with 11 kills? You know what? Just go do this, Dead Stick. Please, Goldilocks levels of damage. I'm trusting your 11 kills to realize what is an acceptable level of damage to this craft in order to cause it to fall to the earth in chunks that are salvageable rather than explode in the sky in a ball of fire. Well, we gotta get out of there. Also, Dead Stick, that was like the shittiest intercept you have had in forever. I'm very disappointed in you, young man. I want you to go to your room and think about what you did. And we'll send Slapshot Bo up to see if he can't mop up your mess. He's been mopping up messes down in the research lab from the Lady Juice thing with Dr. Valen for like the last 5 weeks. I was kind of pissed off at him, so I gave him what effectively amounted to latrine duty. He should be good at mop-ups at this point. Well, it wasn't good, but it was, I suppose, good enough. Heavy floaters and outsiders. 10. So we've got 8 heavy floaters and outsiders. It's probably going to be 1 pod of 5, 1 pod of 3, and then 2 outsiders is going to be my guess. Heavy floaters are always a problem. Riparian again? I'm so sick of this map. Dakar in there! I'm so sick of that guy. Little Dr. Nick Riviera kind of flavor going. Let's take Franklin D. Roosevelt? Or is there another sniper? Is John Wayne, like, available? There, the Duke. Oh, he's capped on Psychic EXP and waiting to go in the tube. Well, son of a bitch, no reason to take the Duke. Custer, if we take him, would have to be like a backup sniper. We gotta have a legitimate sniper here. Let's go with the D. Franklin D. Roosevelt has just been absolutely on fire lately. The guy has been a beautiful performer, and he's been so strong, I can't bring myself to not do it. I can't say no to the D. I'm addicted to the D. Addicted to the D. I am. See, it's funny, because, you know, it's a dick joke. Alright, well, dick joke's in. Good. Locked and loaded. Give me a gunner. Gotta be a reasonable gunner. Good Time Girl. Recently psychically promoted. We're gonna have a lot of heavy floaters. Good Time Girl is gonna be good enough to deal with this. So let's get her some Aegis armor. Little Goss machine gun. And oh, Matahari, it's only a short, brief, sweet matter of time until that plasma dragon will be coming into battle with you. Never fear, my love. Never fear. You will get your chance. Oh, yes, you will. Where's my neural gun link? Why aren't you using it? Can't stack. Yeah, well, that irritates me. Don't tell me it can't stack when I'm trying to replace... you know what? I've said my piece on that. Matahari sorted. Dance of the Seven Veils. Other insert Matahari being somewhat stripperish joke. And I leave that one to you. I can't be bothered to think of one right now. I'm simply too busy. Too busy plotting this mission. Scout. Itch Pancakes Hedberg? Maybe. Virginia Big Bad Wolf? Could use the Psychic EXP. Atlas King's got to be back, right? Ava Perone also could use a Psychic... Yeah, it's got to be Atlas King, though. I just can't say no to Atlas King. I really can't. I'm just as addicted to Atlas King as I am to Franklin D. Roosevelt. Atlas, what are we going to give you? Plasma Carbine. You know what? Nah, just stick with the alloy cannon. That'll be fine. And we're going to go with our shoot at me, shoot at me, shoot at me sort of build for you, which means Mind Shield, wherever the hell it happens to be. A little bit of a chameleon suit, of course, to give you maximum defense, and to top it all off, good old Shadow Device. It's got you sorted. Let's get our medic and engineer taken care of early. They're both going to be toting Shadow Devices. Reasonable case for Napoleon. Madman is capped on Psychic EXP. Marie Radium Curie, we just, you know what? Yeah, I was just talking about Madame Curie. I think this is definitely the mission for the Madam. Aegis armor, little plasma carbine, and no, not that kind of Madam. Just because you call someone Madam doesn't mean they work in a brothel. Not that there's anything wrong with working in a brothel. Still. D, gunner, good, scout, solid, engineer, total, medic, must have. Let's find, I don't care. Probably Typhoid Mary, because I know she can get a double-double. Jesus is capped on his Psychic EXP now. Joseph Lister actually just came out of the tube, didn't he? Well, Lister's getting a call then. Sorry, Typhoid. I mean, mostly Typhoid, I'm sorry that you exist. You're kind of a horrible illness and infection, and though easily compatible with sort of routine antibiotics, I'm still sort of salty that you exist at all. Motion tracker, sure, medkit, and shadow device. Solid, sorted. The last mission we went on, we took 3 shadow devices, and we used every single one, needed every single one, and in all likelihood, really could have used a 4th. So we've got an engineer, we've got a medic. Do I have scout, engineer, medic, all with shadow devices? I do. That means it's time for assault team. I'm thinking one top-notch assault. Let's go with the old French maid. I'm in sort of a kick where I've just been taking St. Joan every time she's available. I want her to fulfill her mission to martyr herself. Well, you know what? I'm kind of torn, because I know it's her life's goal, and I hate to see someone be thwarted in their life's goal. But alternatively, I also don't want her dead. So I'm simultaneously rooting for her to both succeed and fail at the same time. I'm getting a lot of cognitive dissonance from my XCOM play. I got the whole Dr. Valen's horrible joy thing. I've got St. Joan and her French maid where I both want her dead and alive at the same time. What I should really do is just do some kind of like Schrodinger's cat experiment and throw her ass in a box with some kind of poison device and just don't open it. That way she could be both, you know, succeeding and failing at the same time. Where are my arc throwers? And why can't I give you one? Do I even need arc throwers on this mission? You know what? Yeah, I do, because heavy floaters carry alien rifles, and I need some. So yes, I do want arc throwers, which means I can't go double ghetto on assault, but I could probably get by with, not Sun Tzu, fuck Sun Tzu forever, that guy is trash. I could probably get by with Catherine the Great. Also, Catherine the Great is like a biscuit from Sprinter, which she needs. She's got to have it. If she gets Sprinter, she goes from being a very questionable addition to a mission to a respectable addition to almost any mission. We'll ditch those high-capacity mags. Arc thrower instead. And fielder's choice. I don't know what to pick. I'm thinking we might just take Jules Verne. He's an officer. Well, what? Is he going to lead a mission? Why are you hesitant to take Jules Verne? We could do Julie. Alternatively, we could... Oh, you know what? Screw Jules Verne. Jules Verne, you go straight to hell. Jack Superhero Kirby is on the case, and the superhero has a chance to pull a level. I'm going to let the superhero do his thing. Where's your plasma rifle, Jack? There it is. So the superhero's on the case. Illuminator gun sight for the superhero. Of course, we're going to give him the cognitive enhancer. He needs the EXP. This level, I mean, this mission can't fail to level him, but the more we can pile on, the fewer missions Jack has to go on. I'm totally cool with that. The superhero is ready. The team is ready. Let's go see if I can't banish a little of my cognitive dissonance. I'm not hopeful. And when I say that Dr. Valen thing is going to haunt me forever, I meant it. I mean, no amount of brain bleach is going to wash that stain away. It's there forever. It's like a brand or a tattoo. That shit is not going away. It's just not.
Brazilian authorities have requested our help.
Yeah,
so
that's fine.
Where we're going next.
Well,
it looks like
good thing we're in Brazil then, Bradford, because otherwise we're lost. And I would blame you for that, given your very tenuous grasp on the geography of planet Earth. I would assume if we were lost that it was in fact your fault, because most things are your fault. Most importantly, the only thing that really matters is that I am never to blame for anything. That's really kind of the bit. I am a wholly blameless creature, and yeah, all blame falls to either my troopers for being inadequate or Bradford for giving me bad information. It's never the fact that I made a bad decision. No matter what happens, that's never the result of any of my trouble, or rather, never the cause of any of my trouble. We're in the Riparian. We've done this map like a trillion times. There shouldn't really be anything that poses a significant challenge here. We know exactly how to attack this. Got a pod over there. Let's set up the murder then.
Got it.
This should be relatively safe. Alright, good. And if that's safe, the rest of it's just going to be setting up to try and capitalize on its inevitable outcome. Jack Superhero Kirby. I should have put the superhero right there. He would have been much better suited. Alright, well, let's have Jack up here. We might, we'll put him in Overwatch. Might get a shot. Kiri, you're in Overwatch too. Lister, Overwatch is fine.
Come get some.
Let's not taunt the aliens, Joseph Lister. I know you've been locked in a tube back in the base for a week, and you're probably admittedly a little stir-crazy, but taunting the aliens is still always a terrible idea. Just don't tempt fate. Why are our troopers so friggin' determined to just walk up to fate, kick it right in the balls, and say, oh, you fucking want something? Come and get it. You don't do that. Fate is a mean son of a bitch. He will fucking ruin you. You don't tempt fate, man. You don't give him an excuse. When you see fate walking down the street, you just sort of subtly cross to the other side, keep your head down, keep your fucking nose to the ground, and just don't piss him off.
I'm on the move.
He will ruin you.
It's getting crowded over here.
Yeah, he's getting crowded over here. He's very bad. There's many heavy floaters in the area. Atlas King almost certain he is about to die. Atlas King in terrible position. As is rest of team, everyone going to die. This is horrible. And that's no joke. This is actually real shitty. That's a lot of heavy floater. Is it one pod of 9 heavy floaters? 1, 2, 3, 5. There's at least 7. All right, well, this is a shadow device turn. There's no two ways about it. We're going to be using a shadow device here. So let's try and maximize our use of a shadow device. You're safe for now. All right, so Madam Curie, how far can you throw a grenade? I mean, not quite as far as I would like, but in all honesty, probably far enough, and therefore, you will not be the person using the shadow device this turn. Ideally, what you'll be doing is destroying some cover and giving Mata Hari a good opportunity to get in some high-quality shots here. 81, 81, 51, 51. All right, well, I guess we're going to take this 81, but we'll take it at the target that's furthest away. Double 81s. This guy's probably dead. Didn't even need a second shot. Mata Hari drills him in 1. You're not going to be able to do anything. Lister, I think you're going to be dropping the Shadow D, so any of these guys on Overwatch. All right, that's good. Just
I'm on it,
we want it. Joseph Lister is going to be our shadow device dropper. Katarina, I don't really see much of anything for you to do. Likewise, St. Joan is in a similar circumstance. We could get 2 88% here. You know what? This is the only thing Kirby can see. Now the question is, do we want to put... Holy shit, by the way, Jack Kirby. 15 friggin' damage? Good, sweet, goddamn, Jack. You know, I'm considering having Kirby go on Overwatch, but honestly, I don't think it's worth it. I would rather have him in the Shadow Device pile. It's just safer. Lister is going to be the man who drops the Shadow Device. So that means Atlas King just needs to fall back to the group.
Move here, move there.
Alright, don't... Stop your bitching, Atlas King. You're such a whiny prick sometimes. Jeez, Atlas. I mean, I love you like the Dickens. I kind of actually want to make love to you as well. With my Dickens, but... You're such a whiny little bitch sometimes. I think it's just that Atlas King doesn't like being told what to do. Also, 15 damage from Franklin D. Roosevelt with that precise shot, and that's another dead heavy float. Magnificent performance. The D, as always, delivering the D, 100% D delivery. He should come with a fucking money-back guarantee. That's how good he is at delivering the D. He should come with a money-back guarantee. St. Joan, I don't want you on Overwatch. You can't reload. Is this all we got left? It is. Okay. Well, let's just drop the Shadow Device then and not worry about it. So here comes the Shadow Device. Everybody's going to be concealed except for our sniper. These floaters are going to come running in on us. We're going to just end our turn once this is over. Floaters are going to come running in, and we're just going to kind of start gunning them down, come one at a time style. Here they go. Floater moving in. He's in a bit of a flank position. Are you the only floater we can see? I'm not a huge fan of that. They came in with 1 unit. How many did we kill? We only killed 3. There were well more than 3. We can't exactly go gung-ho balls to the wall at that guy. Mata Hari, what's your double 81s where you're just going to kill him? 14 damage for a ripping start, and Mata Hari just straight up puts him in the ground, so that's taken care of. None of the rest of the aliens can see us, and I don't really... You know what? I don't really relish the thought of using a couple shadow devices here when we don't necessarily need them. So let's put the Great One on Overwatch. Franklin D. Roosevelt's going to reload, and then he's going to steady his weapon. And since we've sort of bunkered up here, let's, yeah, you know what? Let's just stay in the bunker. I like it. We're going to Overwatch, and if these aliens want to come to us, we'll try and maybe pick them apart with a little Overwatch. Curie's in full cover. That's fine.
On it.
We'll bring Big Jojo Lister over here. Jojo's probably going to drop a smoke grenade. I'm still a little uncomfortable with our overall position, and if we can, I would prefer to have some smoke in the air.
Got it covered.
We'll drop Harold King over here. He's going to Overwatch. And Overwatch for St. Joan. Here comes the smoker. We should be able to cover everyone with this. Yeah. Full team. Dense smoke, half cover, and overlapping distortion fields. Our defense should be more than adequate to deal with whatever gets through our Overwatch. We get a thick net of Overwatch laid here. If anything can get through it at all, which I'm not really sure anything is going to be able to even punch through. Alright, now the aliens have decided to come forward. Madam Curie with a desperation Overwatch shot here. No connect. Not a surprise.
Miss the target.
And likely what we'll do now is, now that the aliens have come forward to play, we'll go back to our shadow device strategy. So who's going to be dropping this one? Probably Atlas King. King, where you at, buddy? Alright, yeah, this one's on Atlas King then. So how do we want to handle this? We got Franklin the D. Roosevelt, who's ready to deliver a good solid dose of the D. Let's find a likely target. I'm thinking this guy who's sort of over by himself. We're not going to have a lot of additional opportunity to shoot at that cat. 8 damage, pretty good pop from the D. With the double tap, he should have no problem finishing that guy off. So he's in the ground, or at least on the ground. It's the worst thing you can do to a floater is ground him. You son, you're grounded. Don't ever ground a floater, they hate it.
Yes, Commander.
Take a lot of guff in high school, those floaters. They really did. I mean, they ran with a bad crowd, these floaters. They got into a lot of trouble, a lot of like sort of petty vandalism kind of stuff in high school. They were, I mean, they weren't great kids. I don't want to call you on your shit, but let's call a spade here, guys. You know, not the best high school kids. You guys had a rough high school career. Wow, we cannot get much of a grenade going here at all. But really, all I would like to do is destroy that guy's cover. Before I throw this, I need to make sure I didn't do anything stupid with Atlas King. Atlas King, you're still available, right? Okay, I just want to make sure. I don't want to use... Don't reload. Don't... Okay. Yeah, throw it right into the tree that the whole squad is taking cover behind. That'd be brilliant, madam. That would be a J. Robert Oppenheimer level fuck-up right there, Madam Fury. Really, all I want her to do is destroy this log so that Matahari can tear that guy a new asshole. Because he's on the ground, so he's not flying. His defensive bonus for flight has now been banished to the nether realm, and Matahari should be able to just completely wreck. Yeah, he's going to shred him. Little Matahari just sitting back, busting caps in asses. This is a pretty remarkable performance. And everybody else is just going to pile up so they can get in the shadow device. You know what, Catherine the Great? It's a 9% chance to hit. I'll take it. There's literally no drawback to having you take that shot and miss. None whatsoever.
Roger that.
Jack Kirby's going to step forward. Kirby doesn't have a shot.
Back in.
I'm quite surprised by that. Well, we'll just have Jack reload. Lister. I mean, we could have St. Joan get a shot. It's going to be, again, a terrible one, but also, again, it's a terrible shot, but it's a shot with no consequences for failure, so... 17% miss, and also still don't really care. Joseph Lister comes forward. Lister, if you could see someone, I would have you use a psychic power on them. Instead, I guess you'll just steady your weapon. And Atlas King will drop his shadow device. Everybody's covered, right? This is as defensive as it's possible to get. We're in a dense smoke grenade, largely in cover, and also fucking invisible. It doesn't get much safer than this. It really doesn't. Alright, Team Floater, what do you got? You gonna do your little sidestep shuffle bullshit gimmick? Yeah, that's exactly what you're gonna do. What about you, champ? You feeling froggy? Maybe jumping? Not at all. What, are you falling back now? Well, you know, it's kind of too little too late sort of situation here. Neither of them are on Overwatch. You know, I kind of would like to know what's out there. Who do I have up towards the front that has a motion tracker? Lister? Lister says it's just the two. Matahari has one of them flanked from where she's at, so you know what? Yeah, let's just go ahead and light this guy up. Double 81s, man, Matahari. Look at this. All over the place killing. Matahari has just been furious. Furious on this mission. 99% for the precise shot from the D. The D is going to deliver the D. One shot from dead, that's some remarkable work, D. And I think Kirby's going to be able to finish it off, even if it takes him 2. That guy's done. Go ahead and Overwatch. I'm not sure if there is anything left of this pod, but just in case there is, I'm sort of comfortable with having everybody just stand here and reload. We're in so many distortion fields and whatnot. There's no enemy even visible to us, so I'm just going to drop sort of a precautionary smoke grenade. And other than that, I'm going to assume that the only thing that's left is going to be some outsiders. We may do a little motion trackering next turn if the opportunity and need arises. Atlas King's on Overwatch. St. John's just going to reload. Any more floaters floating around? Yeah, I'm going to guess that the floaters are pretty much gone. All right, Joe, time to move out. Let's begin our advance on what remains of the alien craft. I'm guessing this should be pretty much wide open. Atlas King.
On my way.
It could be a big pod of outsiders also. That could be what's left is just one large pod. Where the hell are we, by the way, on the map? This is a zone wall. This is a zone wall. So we came in the, I'm going to call southeastern corner, which means we need to go this way. Okay. Atlas King, I want you go be Atlas King, buddy. You're going to go take a fairly aggressive forward move here. Franklin D. Roosevelt, I need you on the ground. Let's have you exit flight mode in an effort to conserve fuel. We're going to move you over here, and then you're going to reload. We'll go try and get the D in a strong support position over here so he can come down this sort of middle lane.
Rolling out.
If this were a MOBA and lanes were a thing we were worried about, this would be what I call the middle lane.
Locked and loaded.
Matahari's going to reload. She used a lot of ammo. Also killed a whole shitload of floaters, so... And she... Fantastic ammo-to-kill ratio. She really does conserve quite well. St. John's going to... Everybody else is just going to advance and run.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
No real drawback to not having the rest of the team move as quickly as possible. I'm expecting there's only one more pod in this map, and that pod is going to be inside the UFO. We lost out on the meld canister. Eh. Do I care about meld? Not even a little.
Je vais vers la position. Objet alien en vue.
And there's another meld canister. It would be nice to see how much meld the aliens have per can. So now that I'm thinking about it, maybe we should try and see if we can't score that meld grab. I'm not confident that that is a safe move, though.
Understood. Moving out.
Let's get Atlas King up in this direction. Alright, we should be relatively clear then. If that's clear, we're going to be clear to here. Otherwise, we'd have already spawned any enemies that were going to be a problem. And rest of this turn, get your shoes on, folks. It's time to run. Saddle up, get the boots on, whatever other euphemisms you want to have for get your dumbass ready to move.
Rolling out.
Get your shit together, pack it up, get ready to move. I mean, there's a largely, well, basically an infinite number of ways to say it. Although, you know, that's not true. There's only like 650,000 words in the English language, so there's definitely not an infinite number of ways to say anything. There's definitively a finite number of ways. It's still just a really big number. Yeah, it's the outsiders that are in the ship that we knew were there, that I told you were there. Why you're surprised by this, I sincerely don't know. Also, this is like probably your 70th time in action as a member of Team XCOM.
All an ass.
So really none of this should be any kind of surprise or shock for you. This should be as routine gets, in fact.
We've got multiple contacts.
You gotta be shitting me. That pop... God. Okay. Well, I said you gotta be shitting me, and clearly you don't have to be shitting me. I would prefer if you were shitting me, but you are definitely not shitting me. And the one person who still has a shadow grenade is the one person who has moved. Fantastic. How far can Psychokinetic Strike go? Not far enough is the answer. We can look at a panic, but yeah. That's exactly what I expected. Superhero. He's in cover and technically has a shot, but man, is it a shitty one. This is a little risky, but I think this is actually a worthwhile risk. We're going to bring Catherine the Great over here on the end around. I was hoping we could get a flank off. No dice. St. Joan. I mean, St. Joan can easily run up here and get a flank. The question is, what does our backdrop look like? If we have St. Joan come in, I really wish he was one tile quicker. If Atlas King destroys that man's cover, we're absolutely going to be able to get a kill. In like 6 different ways, we'll be able to get a kill. We could then leapfrog forward with Matahari.
Heading there now.
We're out of smoke grenades, which is admittedly a problem. Alright, Atlas King, you can move and also still jack that dude's cover.
Moving.
So, go ahead and do that. We're going to bring you down, and we're going to go for the Psychokinetic Strike. Honestly, I'm just trying to avoid destroying a meld canister. Why? I really don't know. I don't have a good reason. It just feels wrong somehow, even though I don't give a shit about the meld. I would like to know how much is in there, I guess, so, I mean, that's worthwhile. St. Joan, alright, we've got a bunch of guys then who are in the open. Jack Kirby, you still can't see that other guy, which is unfortunate, but you can probably kill this dude. 11 damage, that's a hell of a start. 96%, that man is dead. Good sweet lord, the superhero has really been abusing some of his superheroic powers there. You know, with great power comes great responsibility, Jack. And I gotta say, I don't really feel like you were using your powers 100% responsibly. Fantastic shot. That was luck, but still, it was in fact a fantastic shot. If we could get a free shot with Joan of Arc, this would be beautiful. Instead, we're gonna run and gun. This gives us 2 potentials. We find out exactly how much meld is in this can. And we also get to take a poke at that guy. 10. So about the same as where the aliens have been, despite the fact that we've been thwarting them pretty much non-stop. That only leaves us Matahari, who unfortunately isn't going to be able to do much of anything. She can't use any abilities. You could have her run and... Yeah, let's just have her hunker down. I'd rather she not get shot. The only 2 people who are really at any serious risk of getting shot are wearing pretty heavy armor. This guy's unlikely to be able to kill them in a single whack. Yeah, so, once again, good goddamn, St. Joan, you every single time find a way to get yourself right in the middle of a fucking shit box. Every time. Am I subconsciously doing this? I mean, is this basically a self-fulfilling prophecy? I'm going to assume this guy has close encounters. Opportunist, ready for anything. Okay. Lightning reflexes. Close combat specialist, of course. Adapted bone marrow muscle fiber density. It makes getting within 4 tiles of this guy with St. Joan a fairly risky proposition, but we have to do it because she's the only... Yeah, there it goes. We do have lightning reflexes, of course. Which held strong, but that guy did do 12 damage to us, so... I mean, that was definitely a move that wasn't without risk. And now I'm thinking maybe the whole St. Joan Martyrs herself is a self-fulfilling prophecy, but she continues to fail every time. Also, Hyperwave Generator said there were 11 aliens on this map, and it fucking flat out lied. There were 10. Lying piece of crap. Hyperwave Relay. It's so untrustworthy. Why did we even build it? I guess it always shows us at least some of the types of aliens, but it still seems like a pretty dubious benefit. That thing was expensive. I mean, that cost the GDP of some small nations.
An impressive feat. Our troops suffered no casualties, while also recovering some additional meld for us to work with.
Yeah, if only we could have captured one of those floaters, it would have been really good, Dr. Shen. But we didn't, and so, you know, why don't you go have some pudding, buddy? Marie Curie picking up her final promotion. We're going to go with tandem warheads for Madame Curie. I'm just sort of splitting my engineers evenly between bombard and tandem warheads. Catherine the Great is a sprinter. That's a no-brainer. It's an automatic. Systematic automatic. Jack Superhero Kirby coming in 1 rank from maximum. Sentinel is really good. Not for Jack, because he's not really an Overwatch guy. Bring Him On is also pretty good. Huge bonus on... You know what? I just can't say no to Resilience. Resilience is so often the difference between living and dying that I can't not take it. I can't do it. 8 heavy floater corpses, 28 Illyrium. That's what I like to see. 40 alien alloys, 26 weapon fragments, 28 meld. That's actually an alarming amount of meld. I wonder if the aliens have been harvesting. But if they've been harvesting, where would they have been doing it? We have satellites everywhere. Except for India and Australia. I suppose they could theoretically be harvesting in India and Australia. You know what? Let's do a little base maintenance here.
The new engineers arrived this morning.
Yeah, I know, Dr. Shane. It's real good, buddy.
More
real good.
help down here.
Yep, more help. Yep, more help is good. I'm going to go ahead and build another satellite uplink. And I think once that's done, I'm going to build 2 more satellites. I'm going to blanket the world. I'm going to leave no hole for these aliens to hide in. There will be nowhere for them to cower. Why did I come to the research lab? I'm gonna slip and fall, and it's a workers' compensation claim. I'm telling you, that lady juice is still everywhere. You guys gotta clean that up. Also, guys, why have you not cleaned that up? It's been days. Get to work. Do I need a skeleton key? Not currently. We could make one, but we don't actually need one. So I have 1 backup satellite, of course. Let's just build 2 more. This will give us a satellite for every country in the world, as well as a backup satellite in the event that one gets shot down. Backups on board, orders placed, those purchase orders are in. I'm going to let Dr. Shen process that. It's going to take a while because he's going to forget what he's doing every 9 seconds and have to start over, so might be a day or 2. If you enjoyed the episode, though, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot. And if you'd like to see more XCOM The Long War, you might consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes every single day. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching. Watch out for errant lady fluids, and I'll see you again soon.